Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for some high-tier German tanks gameplay. This is a battle from the 18th of June. I had just relatively recently unlocked the DM 13, APFSDS shells for the Leopard 2K, and I put them to pretty good use here in this battle, as you'll see. This is the first really significantly good battle I've had with the new shells. I did have one other battle where I briefly did really well in the Leopard 2K, which I'll show you as a bonus at the end of this video, end of this battle here. So you can see, it was all of the Germans against all of the everyone else, and mostly contained to 9.0, I think. No Leopard 2A4s anyways. So I initially chose to head towards the middle of B and hang out and wait for fighting to develop rather than head in for a cap. And found this little position right here, which I thought was going to be just beautiful until you just barely can't see over the top of it with the gun, of course. Like most positions in this game that look like they're going to be excellent. So I moved up to the top of the hill, just missed a T-64A going by, but I waited just in case anybody else was coming. There was a T-10M that came by, and what looked like it should have been a beautiful kill shot ended up crippling him pretty badly and taking out two of his crew, which wasn't terrible, but I hit his ammo and didn't detonate it. And then, perhaps not surprisingly, there were no more enemies coming that way. So I waited for a minute to kind of determine if there were going to be any late joiners coming through there. Put a mark on the map to let the team know where I had seen those guys, and then decided to move out shortly after. Well, maybe not that shortly, but close enough. Decided, alright, time to get involved in the actual fighting here. Let's move forward and see if we can run into any enemies nearby. And just as I looked over to the right, I see two enemy marks getting marked. One that I just missed going past that building there. And then I spot another enemy out in front of the building that is an Object 120, just kind of sitting there. Decided to engage him first and knock him out. I was hoping, I mean, really just expecting just to cripple him and then come around behind him, but I took him out, and then I came around the other guy I'd seen, followed his tracks, and caught his gun trying to reverse, and his turret trying to rotate, and knocked him out for a quick 1-2 kill. After that, I decided to continue the direction I was already heading and move in towards C. I spot an enemy down the road shooting and getting marked, and as I come around the corner, line up on him, put a shot right through him, finish off his crew, and skid into a train car, which completely stops me dead. Now I zoom in, and for a second thought the front of that turret looked like a T-54 1947, but it was an RU-251, so whoops. Then there's the assist on the initial T-10M that I hit, and then another kill on a T-64A that I came upon with his turret facing the wrong way. Too bad for him. So this battle's going pretty well so far, and unfortunately had to knock this tree down just because of the way my tank followed the contours of the ground there, but I didn't think it was going to be too big of an issue. I would rather not knock trees down, especially when it's the only tree somewhere and is really going to draw people's attention, but it didn't cost me here. So I'm kind of paralleling their exit from their spawn here without trying to go into the exit of their spawn, because I'd rather stay out of their spawn if I can help it, although I did hear an enemy tank firing and come across a T-64B right here. My shot somehow went just a little low under him, but thankfully I was able to reload faster than he was able to line up his tank on me, and I knocked off an ace kill for number 5 of the battle. Shortly thereafter, a Challenger came coming around the corner trying to chase me down, and I knocked him out as well. So a quick 6th kill. Then I decided I probably better move away from their spawn a little bit because that's just not my style of gameplay. And we also don't hold the A point, so I'll head up there and try and reinforce my team and help them take the A cap back. So I can see an enemy getting marked here with a friendly Leopard 2K engaging him. I'm assuming the Leopard 2K is damaged because he's not shooting it and he's taking hits. So I try to get there as quickly as I can, come over the top and take him out, and he gets blown up right as I get there. So no big deal. And then I take a hit, which damages my tracks right as I come around and line up on this guy, get a shot at what looked like it should have been his frontal turret armor, but it ended up not hitting him, I guess. I don't know. But I was at least able to mark him for the team with my 20mm cannon here as he retreated, and then finished up my repair and continued moving out. Because I was a little bit vulnerable sitting there with my back facing towards him. So you can see the enemy team is now taking the A point, so that's where I'm heading, along with a good portion of our team as reinforcements here. Now that Leopard 2K right up there that just drove through the alley, I initially misidentified him as an Abrams and thought that there was an enemy tank right up here in front that the Kugelblitz had decided not to shoot at. So I'm trying to track down where the heck the Abrams that I thought I saw was. And it was the Leopard 2K that had just gone down that alley, but I initially thought it was an enemy that I needed to track down, and I'm trying to follow and figure out where he went, and then decided, okay, well, he's going to get to the B point in a second, and everyone will have him marked, but we'll deal with him after we take care of A. Now, of course, it was actually a Leopard 2K, not an Abrams, so it ended up not being an issue, but that was what I was thinking during the battle as I rolled into the A point, or almost rolled into the A point after I barely clipped a brick doorway again and brought myself to yet another complete stop. Now, the title of the video being almost perfect for the Leopard 2K with APFSDS doesn't refer to the Leopard 2K itself, it more refers to this battle specifically. And right here is where it comes into play, because I stopped capping the A point. I thought it was because an enemy had moved in, so I'm waiting for, I look on the minimap and see all my team coming in, and I'm waiting for all them to move in and destroy the guy who was stopping me from capping, and then realize a second too late that it's not that there's an enemy here, it's that I backed out of the cap. Or pulled forward out of the cap. And therefore missed out on the cap. And that was the almost perfect of this battle, was I should have had a second capture there and screwed it up due to my own not noticing on the map exactly, or on the ground even, where the capture circle had ended. And drove out of it. But still, so far, 6 kills, a capture, and an assist is not a bad way to spend a battle, and it's not over yet. So you can see someone has started capturing the B point, and I'm already headed towards B, and I'm at a reasonable amount of speed and momentum, so that's where I'm gonna head. Directly to B, do not pass go, do not collect 200 silver lions, go straight to B and destroy any enemies that you find there. So trying to come in using this rubble as a screen, and expecting to see him either on the far side of the building or the far side of the rubble piles over there. I did not see him as I came by. I'm expecting to see a modern tank. And as I come around the corner here and finally realize what's actually capturing, it's a Sherman 105. Got him with one shot, and very conveniently he destroyed my track, which caused me to Tokyo drift out right into the cap and start my repair on the track, and also capture the B point back at the same time. A couple teammates arrived to help me with the recapturing, and I was pretty well covered for my repair.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
So now 7 kills, 2 captures, and an assist. Or 1 capture rather. Should have had 2 captures, but that was my first cap. I should have ended up with 7 kills and 2 captures and an assist. As it is, I'm going to end up finishing out with 7 kills, 1 capture, and 1 assist, as I'm going to drive over and finish out the end of this battle near the enemy spawn, but not go into it to engage the guys respawning for my 8th kill, because I just don't take any joy from killing people in their spawn as soon as they spawn into the battle. So I was hoping to run into 1 or 2 enemies that may have snuck past all my guys at their spawn and come out over here, but that would end up not being the case. Took up a little bit of an ambushy position for their spawn exit, which is as close as the spawn as I would really prefer to get on this map. And ultimately, the battle just ended with me sitting here hoping that somebody would come down this way, but no one did. Still, the first really decent battle I've had with the APFSDS and my Leopard 2K, and I definitely look forward to getting more battles of this kind of caliber, or of this sub-caliber, to make an APFSDS joke. Ended up in second place, which wasn't bad at all. And as you'll see, there's the score we talked about. If only I had had some kind of a research booster on, I'd have been really happy. Almost 6,000 research for a tank isn't bad, but boy, with a 300% booster, that would have been a tasty, tasty result. Still, I'm making pretty decent progress on my 2A4, and there's the score as you've already seen, in second place to somebody with 5 assists. Quite a bit of good awards. It's always nice to see a gold award like Survivor down there, and a lot of orange on the left and not a lot of red, and that's always a good kill count. And then for a little bit of bonus, here's another battle that I drove earlier in the day with my Leopard 2K that wasn't quite the same 7-kill result, but was a very brief, concentrated flurry of activity, as you'll see when I arrive at the A point. So when I get up here, I park and wait in ambush behind A, because as you see on the mini-map, almost my entire team went north, and there's just myself and one other guy heading towards B in the south part of the map. So I'm going to go and park behind a building and wait in ambush here, and we'll skip ahead until I actually get engaged in combat. So I started pushing forward here to figure out who's capturing the A point, as there is an enemy there. I expect to catch them right on this side of the cap, and turns out there's nobody there, so there's only one place they can really be, and that's right up on the other side of these tanks off to my left. I got slowed down just enough by the rubble that I hit there, but I was actually able to catch him in a pretty compromising position. Put a pretty good hit into him, knocked out his gunner, and chased him down and finished him off for my first kill of this battle in a T-62, and then stayed in the cap to kind of troll for enemies and see if any more of them were coming. I didn't see anybody. I'm expecting to see them up by the edge here. Now I've been marked by that artillery shell there that just hit, which meant it wasn't really a surprise when I took a hit from an enemy tank at a moment as I drive forward. Luckily for me, though, it was from an Object 906, and the poor little fool could not damage me at all. So there's my second quick kill. And then come around the corner here after I knocked him out, and what do I see but a pair of enemies who've gone up north. I got one and knocked out his transmission. The second one set me on fire, unfortunately. As I sped around the corner and caught them by surprise here, they were expecting me to come back out the same place I'd been. So I was able to take out one, but unfortunately could not reload fast enough before the second one was able to swing his turret around and finish me off. But 3 kills out of 4 tanks and a capture. Not too bad of a brief little flurry of activity with my Leopard 2K at the start of this battle. But that'll do for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought of it, and we'll see you again soon for more War Thunder. I plan to do a lot more Leopard 2K battles, so hopefully I can bring you some more good ones. Thanks, everybody, and as usual, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.